Hey everyone, what's up? This is Shiny Rifle and I'm going to go through my Junk Doppel Quasar control deck. Now, this deck is just surrounded around Quasar and Negation, so you have the advantage at all times with Quasar on the field just by protecting it so you can win the game. Now, the list is kind of new, but majority of stuff is obvious and self-explanatory. But let me go through and explain everything as usual. Now, first up, you have 3 Junk Synchron, because he's one of the best tuners in the entire game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Next up, 2 Quick Draw Synchron, you don't really need 3. 2 Jet Synchron, you don't need 3, it gets way too cloggy. And Glow Bulb, because Glow Bulb is just like Jet. And that's it for all your tuners. Well, the tuners you want to tune with at least. Now next up, for the Synchro material, 3 Doppel Warrior, 2 Level Eater, 2 Wither Buster, and 2 Collapse Serpent. Due to reinforcement of the army getting hit, which I'm pissed about, it doesn't make sense to play Spell Striker because the 1 reinforcement you might need it to go for your Junk Synchron or your Doppel Warrior. So you have to put it to very good use now that it's at 1. And the level 4s, these are easy to summon and they search out a fresh new one when they go to grave. So it's always live for you and it helps to push towards OTKs. So, and your tuners are level 1s, so it works perfectly to go into 5 so you can Quasar. So they just work perfectly in. And the deck uses a lot of dark and light anyways, so it's just fits perfectly. Next up, hand traps. 3 Maxi, 3 Effect Velo. I believe everybody should know why I'm playing that. And 3 Gores. Due to Gores being such a very good card, it can negate, sorry, not negate, when you take damage, it's a free special summon just to do anything you want. But really I play it to stall out, and it's a dark, so it sets up my Wither Busters. Plus, I can always tune with the Jet Synchron to get a free search with the token, so I can't miss when I use Gores. And the last 2 monsters of the deck, Dark Arm Dragon and BLS. BLS is the perfect top deck in entire game. He can steal a game entirely by himself. I'm Dark Arm Dragon. I've never lost a duel when I've summoned him. Never. He wins a duel by himself just by summoning. People normally just give up right there and then, because he puts in a lot of work. Alright, and the thing is with Dark Arm that you play a lot of dark and a little bit of light in the main deck, but the thing is you're always banishing dark whenever you want, so he doesn't really miss. I've always been able to drop him. The hardest thing to drop him is just to draw him first. Next up for the spells, 3 tuning and the one-offs, unfortunately, reinforcement of the army, which I'm really still sour about. Next up, Soul Charge, 1 for 1, Mind Control, Foolish Barrel, and Rageki. All of these are self-explanatory. Just use them however you feel necessary. And the next up, the Solemn Brigade. Now, I know it's a lot of life to pay that you're also using Soul Charge, but it's not that really a big deal, because majority of the time when you draw into the second Scolding, you already have gone all out. The duel has probably ended before you need to activate the second one. And it's not like you can set 2 either, so a lot of people say to take out 1, it doesn't hurt to play the 3. Alright, next up is the extra deck. First up, 2 Quasar because it's Quasar control, so can't play it without him. Next up, Shooting Star Dragon, Stardust Dragon. A lot of people say putting Spark, then again I'm just going to say to everyone Stardust is better. There's a lot of effect negation going on around now, and with Stardust tributing himself to dodge Fiendish Chains and breakthrough skills, it's absolutely necessary over the Spark Dragon. Plus Spark Dragon, it stays on the field. It protects a card only on the field. Sometimes I can use Stardust, example, activate Mystical Typhoon. If my opponent says 101 or something like Castle, I can Mystical Space Typhoon one of my own cards and use Stardust to negate it. So you can dodge cards like that skillfully, which Spark it just stands up forever and gets hurt. Next up, the standard stuff. Level 8 scrap. Scrap is just really good. Black Rose has E7, wouldn't play without it. Goya 6, TGS 5 with Armades. 4 Herald of Arclight. This card is really good. After you summon a 2 Quasar and summon this, and even have a Veil and a Scolding, like, that's game. That's like 4 negates. Your opponent has to use a whole hand plus field to go around that. Next up for the level 2s, 2 Formula Synchrons. And last but not least, the quick draw summons, Road, Drill, and Jet. Jet is a really powerful, awesome card. I'm glad we got this because he makes it so that he can Quasar easy, double Quasar easy to be precise, because he just comes back and you'll have Bulb or Jet or even a token to tribute to summon him back, so he's always live in the grave majority of the time. And I'm not playing Stardust Warrior because it's better to go into Quasar than Stardust Warrior. I know from the side deck, 2 tokens, Worst tokens for obvious reasons. 2 Raikou, the Lightsworn Hunter, helps you deal with Dark Law and other continuous cards. Next up, 2 Mystical Space Typhoon because they're Typhoons. Scrap Iron Statue, help you deal with Pendulum based deck and any decks like Fire Fist or continuous cards. Next, 3 Imperial Iron Wall, helps you for Infernoids and any decks that will banish, especially deal with Heroes and Dark Law. And 3 Decree, you only play 3 traps, so you can just side them out and put in these to help you stun your opponents, so you're freely able to attack and do anything you want to do to them. Alright, thanks for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe. I'm trying to help the channel grow. Liking and sharing the video will really help and show your support. I'm out. Peace.